So today we're going to be continuing with chapter 26 in Matthew with verses 6 to 13, the precious ointment. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, at the home of Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster vial of very expensive perfume, and she poured it on his head and as he was reclining at the table. But the disciples were indignant when they saw this and said, "Why this waste? For this perfume could have been sold for a high price and the money given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why are you bothering this woman? For she has done a good deed for me. For you always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me. For when she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told in memory of her." So this is a pretty short section. In this section, the disciples were annoyed at the woman who came and poured an expensive oil on Jesus' head. They said it could have been sold for profit that could have been given to the poor. Jesus was aware of their heart posture, their annoyance, and defended the woman's actions. He said that she had anointed him for burial and said that the story would be told wherever the gospel is preached. Now, the reason I always tell you to, pray to the Holy Spirit that He would give you revelation is for times like this, to understand the true meaning behind these actions that happened in this time. So first things first, verse 10, but Jesus, aware of this, said to them. What was Jesus aware of? Verse 8, but the disciples were indignant when they saw this. Jesus was aware of their heart posture, that the disciples were annoyed that this woman took this expensive vial of oil and poured it on Jesus' head, but they justified what they said. They justified their heart posture. They said this oil could have been sold and the money given to the poor. But Jesus, knowing all of this, said, "Why are you bothering this woman? For she has done a good deed for me. For you will always have the poor with you, but not always have me. For when she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial." Mind you, at this point, Jesus has already told them that the Son of Man is to be handed over for crucifixion. And I couldn't tell you the story behind this woman outside of what she did here. But clearly, her doing this was enough for her to be told in history. She could have felt it in her heart to do this because, at this point, Jesus is a well-known person. People know that he does these works, these miracles, and she felt the need to do this. And her decision to go through with this put her in the history books. Anyway, I hope you learned something today. We'll see you tomorrow.